Obstacles to overcome. It's always them obstacles, girl. Life gives you a lot of obstacles. Ooh, Three of Swords. Look at that picture, girl. That's a big freaking heart. What was it again? Three of Swords. And it's facing the Kardashians. The swords are tricky, girl. The swords are like, girl, don't kill me. Three of Swords. It's just so violent, these swords. All right. Three of Swords. You guys see it? All right. Three swords in the heart of worn, what? Okay. Three swords in the heart worn of heartbreak, adultery, and infidelity. You need to communicate with a loved one. Be sure to take care of health matters. Reverse. Confusion and disorder can lead to errors. Setting priorities will help ease your worries. Girl, that is intense. That was an intense read. Three of Swords. Three swords in the heart, worn of heartbreak, adultery, and infidelity. You need to communicate with a loved one. Be sure to take care of health matters. Reversed. Confusion and disorder can lead to errors. Setting priorities will help ease your worries. That is intense, girl. When you start talking about heartbreak, adultery, and infidelity, it's like, bitch, you're gonna come at me with this? I feel like every single one of them have experienced each one. Heartbreak, adultery, infidelity. That is intense. And the thing is that they've overcome those obstacles. You know what I mean? Like these girls and boy, with Robert Kardashian Jr. Is he a junior? I think he is, right? Robert Kardashian. Anyways, yeah, like they've experienced that, and that's the obstacles to overcome. I'm getting this vibe of, like the pain. You know what I mean? I feel like it's some of that is still there. Do you know what I mean? I feel like Robert's talking to the kids being like, I get it, you're in pain, you don't understand why this is happening to you. You don't understand why can't I get that perfect idea of a partner or something, but this is something that we will go together. This is something, you know what I mean? Be sure to take care of health matters. I feel like he's telling them to like think about it. Think about yourself. Think about taking care of yourself. And I feel like they're going through that journey together. I feel like they call each other or talk about each other when someone is like feeling down from a situation, and then there's help with one another through different stages of their lives with relationships. And I feel like there's a sense of like camaraderie with them. Like they help each other out. You know what I mean? You need to communicate with a loved one. And I feel like that's a sense of like what they're positive about in helping them move forward. You know what I mean? So because it's facing the reader and it's giving that vibe of like there's some maybe like that still has that feeling, or maybe it's coming, or it's gonna come, or you've experienced it already. So it can be one or the other, but it's giving this vibe of like, don't forget to talk to your family. Do not forget to continue to communicate with one another, because from that is what holds you guys strong. The reverse, confusion and disorder can lead to errors. Setting priorities will help ease your worries. It's giving that vibe of like, if you don't communicate, if you don't talk to the people that you love and the people that love you, you're gonna lose order. You're gonna lose this sense of like of of being okay, of being able to function, of being able to talk to people, to not have depression. You know, you're gonna have it. You're gonna start confusing yourself in a situation where you don't know how to talk. So when you so you need to not do that. You need to communicate. You need to be able to talk to your people and talk about it. You know what I mean? It's an obstacle right now that's going through them, that with everything that's going on in the world, with business and just everything, there's still that, like, you shouldn't lose sight of that pain. You know what I mean? You shouldn't just put it under a rug. When you do that, you will start getting confused. You will start doing things that's not right, that's off base. You're just fumbling. You know, you need to talk about it. You need to be able to keep yourself healthy and calm and collected and be happy. That's something that they need to do, or going to do. You know, I'm just getting this vibe of, like, if something happens or has had has have happened, grammar, um, you know, you need to be able to talk, and you need to talk to your people, because they're the ones that will reach with you, that will be there with you, and no one else but just them, the people that you love, the family that you have, be able to communicate. Because if you don't, it's gonna lead to this spiral of just dark, man. That's all I see, is just this dark. And I feel like that's another thing, that's like Robert's there behind you. You know, he's there, right there next to you, behind you, in front of you, next to you. You know what I mean? Just like he's just there, and he's telling you that you're gonna be okay. Talk to your sister, talk to your brother, talk to your mom. You're gonna be okay. You know, talk to your partner, talk to your family, and you're gonna have that sense of familiarity with each other, and just where you're at with it, and communicate and get through the root of it, of how you feel. And from there, your mental health will just be lifted, and you're gonna feel okay. You're gonna feel like, I don't have to go through this alone. You know what I mean? Wow. That's deep, girl. That's a really deep sense of idea of where people are in life, because everyone hurts, right? Through every adultery, infidelity, and what is it? Heartbreak. It's damaging. You know, it's damaging not just like to your your health, but like your mental health, your body health. Everything just tumbles, right? And it's that sense of happiness, and knowing that you have supporters, right? You have family that wants to talk to you, that, because there's so many that don't, girl. There's a lot of families that would, hopefully you never call them, but you have that. And I get this vibe that that's what Robert is telling me, the family. You have each other. Be there for each other, always, 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 and you won't lose sight of it. And this is getting a little bit personal to me too, because I feel like I'm losing my connection with my family when I've holed myself up with this depression and this sense of like pushing away and just like holding myself back. But now I feel like I have this purpose now. I have this drive, this entrepreneurial spirit, that I should be able to be open as well. You know, I'm like the same with them. Like, there's four of us. I mean, now they have an additional two. I have an additional one. So there's Chimes, Marco, my youngest, now my youngest sister, but you know, half sister, but still my sister. So I'm gonna meet her hopefully soon in the future, when I see you there in the Philippines. I'm gonna visit, and I'm just gonna like live there and just enjoy life, and travel to Spain, and just like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to build community. You have to build this energy and sense of familiarity with each other, and to be able to talk. And with my older sister, you know, I need to like have that bridge connected, because your sisters are important, and your brother is important. Family is important. And I feel like to overcome that obstacle, talk about it with your family because they know you since birth, right? And sometimes you're not lucky to have a really good sibling like that, or even just to have a sibling, right? So that's pretty deep, and that hit me personally, at least in family wise, right? So, because this is all about family, girl. Like, damn, what? I need a glass of wine or something. It's pretty intense, girl.